So, doctor, once a girl turns 21, like you said, she should start going to gynecologist regularly. What are the necessary checks and tests one should do, and how frequently, and then subsequently when she's in her 30s and 40s and older as well?
Okay. So, every woman after age of 20, there are certain kind of a chart we follow. Important things are BMI, meaning these are, I'm just telling you the important points which we need to look out for and the test later. So BMI. So what is BMI? Is body mass index. So it is a reflection of how healthy you are, meaning whether you need to reduce weight or you want, because see, a weight gain is closely related to hormonal imbalance, and that can give lot of other woman health issue, period issues. So BMI is very important. Then blood pressure check. Ideally, BP should be checked every 2 to 3 yearly. Then I would say breast examination. So there's something called self breast examination.
Yes.
So when you ask me what a woman should ask for the first visit, so these are some important things. I think lifelong skill one needs to understand and learn from the doctor. So how to do self breast examination and a clinical examination by a gynecologist at least every yearly. Okay, so so breast examination. Then third thing is pap smear. So what is pap smear? So I think most of our viewers will be knowing, but I just want to touch the basic. It is a cervical cancer, that is the cancer of the neck of the womb screening test, which ideally every woman should have every 3 yearly between age of 20 to 30.
Okay.
Okay. And what does it tells us? It picks up the early changes if it is happening in the body, because see, cancer doesn't happen overnight. So it is a slow process occurring over 8 to 9 years. So the purpose of doing this test is to make sure that woman is healthy. So pap smear, I'm telling this on up to 20 to 30.
Okay.
Then we coming from Southeast Asia, we are at a higher risk to develop diabetes. Okay. And particularly weight gain and PCOS also makes you at a higher risk to develop diabetes. So it is recommended to check your sugar test done at least every 3 yearly as well. Okay. These are the tests a person a woman needs to get it done at between 20 to 30. At 30 to 40, there is something called HPV test. So what is HPV? It is human papilloma virus test. So there has been developed countries like US, UK, those are offering HPV testing along with the pap smear. The whole idea of that is it gives the pap smear more authenticity and more accuracy to pick up cancerous changes in the neck of the womb. And if that test is negative, then you can do this test every 5 yearly instead of every 3 yearly.
Got it.
Okay. So that's something extra between 30 to 40. Yeah. Then at around menopause or after 40, 45, the extra test which comes in is mammography. What is mammography? Mammography is a breast cancer screening test where we do a specialized X-ray of the breast to pick up any early changes in the breast tissue. Okay. So this test needs to be done every 2 yearly.
After you turn 45.
Yeah. And then afterwards, we at the age of 65 and above, one can do bone scan. That is to check whether you have thin bone or osteoporosis.
Right.
After age of 65, usually, if your previous pap smear and everything has been completely fine, then one can stop having pap smear test.
So naturally, of course, this is all, you're only trying to help us create that awareness of what every woman ideally should do. But the reality may be that a lot of women probably don't do this, right? They probably don't get their annual or 3 yearly or 5 yearly checkups. So say they haven't done that all of these years and they want to start now. Is that okay? I mean, is it okay that a woman may not have had access or the finances to do these regular tests? And so now if she wants to start, will that be a problem if she doesn't have any history of these tests already?
It's never a problem. It's never late. It's at least do something. Never late in your life. Okay. So it's always better to start at some point. So
Yeah.
it really doesn't matter whether if you have had it done or not. But if you have an opportunity, as you said rightly, that with everything, finances, time, and accessibility, because these tests should be available nearby, isn't
Exactly.
it? So then please utilize it. At least doing it once or couple of times in your lifespan, it is going to help you. It's not
Right.
harmful.
And
That is,
I like what you said, that it's only going to help you because, of course, all of this, while you're listing out everything that a woman needs to do, I mean, anyway, women have so much to do, right? We always have,
yeah.
we have so much on our plates, no matter what stage of our life we're in. And on top of that, to think about all of these tests, it could feel a little overwhelming. It could feel a little intimidating. But I like that you said that at the end of the day, it's only going to help you. So I think if maybe as a community we come together and talk about these things a little more openly and a little more often, maybe slowly that fear will begin to chip away and women will go to the doctor when they feel like they need to. The first step is just to go to the doctor, right? There's a lot of fear in just doing that, especially if you're an unmarried woman. The mentality is that, oh, I'm not married, so I don't need to go. But I think when we all start to take charge of our bodies and our healths and, start looking at our own patterns every month, we'll realize, like you said, keep a check on it for a couple of months. If it still persists, go to a doctor. And then I guess approach each test if you need it as it comes. But that intimidation and that fear, I think it's our own personal struggles that we need to let go of.
Yeah, and you're right. And meaning, I would say that is a one side of the coin. The other side of the coin, like young unmarried girls, they also are little bit skeptical how the gynecologist will look at them.
Absolutely, there's a lot of
There
judgment.
is a lot of, yeah, so social stigma about living in a premarital. So whether that person is going to be judgmental and that kind of a thing. So I think things are changing, but I think most of us are quite open. We know how the world is changing, and nothing is needs to be formalized in a way that marriage and things like that. But what is important is to have safe, look after yourself, be safe whenever you are in kind of a relationship. That is a priority. That's what the approach should
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you for saying that and thank you for joining us today. I think this is going to really help our followers. It's not a topic we discuss often, so I'm glad we're starting to. And so thank you for helping us begin this journey.
Most welcome. Most welcome. I hope, meaning this today's talk helps you to be brave and get in touch with your gynecologist, where you can be free and share everything. Let your gynecologist be your best friend.
That's so sweet. That's such a nice sentiment. I hope everyone starts feeling like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.